going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys, boxing commentary. My favorite rivalry, I'm going to document my favorite rivalry. This one is James Toney versus Mike McCallum. This rivalry took place in the 90s. Was a trilogy. Took place at pretty much two weight classes, middleweight and cruiserweight. The first, it was a very interesting matchup. It was a very interesting rivalry, if you ask me. The first matchup put a blemish on James Toney's record. It was a draw. It was for the IBF middleweight championship, and it was, like I said, Toney versus McCallum, IBF middleweight championship. It was just a very intense matchup. It wasn't all action packed, but it's kind of a boxing fan's dream. It was, you kind of see the sweet science at its best. You see, two fighters that are able to counter each other very well, but it's kind of like, I don't even like when I'm watching, I don't even like scoring the fight because, it really depends on, it's one of those matches where it really depends on what you're looking for in a boxing match. James Toney, was pretty much countering, and he was throwing some hard, hooks in the matchup. McCallum was coming forward, and he was throwing a lot of punches up top. He wasn't thrown to the body a lot in this matchup. But just overall, the first matchup did end in a draw. But to me, I thought it was an exciting matchup. To be honest with you, the matchup excited me at least, just because, like I said, the styles involved. Both fighters are making multiple adjustments. If you look at the fight closely, they're making multiple adjustments in this fight. But it ended in a draw. Though I personally thought that McCallum did enough to win in this one, and but it could have gone either way. But it was a draw. The second fight, James Toney started off much faster. I think he fought a few fights in between that one. I'm not too sure. I think he did. But he came back. He was much sharper. I think weight cutting was a problem in the first match. I'm not too sure with the second match. But James Toney started out much stronger, much faster. But McCallum started to catch up to him. McCallum started to catch up to him, man. And James Toney ended up winning the matchup by a majority decision. But I think there's a point taken away from McCallum in this one. So, the third matchup happens. The third matchup was at cruiserweight. The third matchup, I thought it was a pretty good matchup. It was a good matchup, but it wasn't, to me, it didn't really live up to the first two. That's just my opinion. I didn't think it lived up to the first two matches. But it's overall, McCallum was just, to me, I thought it was just too small for cruiserweight. I thought he was more suited for middleweight or light middleweight, maybe even light heavyweight. But it was a cruiserweight bout. Both fighters looked quite soft, but it didn't really take away from the skill set of both fighters. James Toney ended up taking this matchup, but like I said, both fighters were a little soft around the middle and flabby, to be honest. But overall, that was just one of my favorite rivalries in boxing. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's one of my favorites that doesn't get talked about much at all. But overall, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys' favorite rivalry. Whether it be Tapia Yala, Tapia Romero, Bo Holyfield, and I'm naming 90s bouts. What about Johansson Patterson, Ali Frazier? These fights, Foreman Frazier, Ali Norton. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, Julian W the Great. But anyway, guys, that was Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.